In the outskirts of Massachusetts, hidden away in the vast American landscape, lies an abandoned home that was once bustling with life. Built in the 19th century, this house was home to the Crowley family, a typical farming family of the era. With a large family of boys, most of the Crowley sons ventured out to the big cities seeking employment and new opportunities, leaving behind their rural roots. However, James, the youngest, had a deep passion for farming and chose to stay, working alongside his father and later continuing the farming legacy alone. As we explore the house, we find photographs of James with children, but there's no clear indication that he ever had a wife. The fate of James remains a mystery, but we do know that the house was abandoned around 2008. It's unclear how old James might have been at that time. Delving deeper into the house, we uncovered letters revealing that James owned substantial debts to various lenders, banks and even his own family members, some of whom tried to sue him. Join us on this captivating journey as we unravel the life of James and the secrets hidden within the Crowley homestead. Hey, welcome back everybody to another episode on the Bros of Decay. Let me latch this up real quick. Because we're entering into the barn of Mr. James. I'm Leslie, behind the camera is Danny like usual, and we're exploring another magnificent place in the United States, in the state of Massachusetts. Yeah, yet again another state, yet again another place in the United States where we're going to show you how the people lived, like how James lived his life inside of this farm that he inherited from his parents. A wonderful place. I think we just ended up in the garage or some sort, or the barn, where we just stored some general things like the barbecue for the nice summer evenings and summer days, and the general stuff to attend the garden. Oh, Danny, I love these saws that they have here on the wall. Have a look at that. They are operated by two people and they would cut down very big trees with these kind of saws. Even James, his bicycle is still lying down there. Wow. This house has been abandoned since the year 2008, we believe, and everything is still left inside of here. We gotta be a bit careful because it's slowly starting to fall apart. It's a house from the 1900s. It's more than 100 years old. And in America, these places deteriorate very fast if they are not upkept and not obtained. Okay, we see one of the first artifacts left in this place. And this looks like some sort of a wagon or a scale for the farm that he had. I think maybe to weigh the grain and everything and the corn that he would farm. I'm not sure. It looks like a scale.
Yeah.
Definitely a scale,
Looks
right?
like a scale.
Okay. You gotta be very careful in this room because it's falling apart over there. Like the whole floor is caving in. And if we walk over there, we will definitely fall into the basement. So we definitely don't want that to happen. There's also a stove standing here. Cast iron stove with intrigued designs on there. Here on the side it says the scoff oven 6303. Wow. Okay. We're gonna be careful, but we're gonna go over here. We have to stick to the right side of... You good, Danny?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, be very careful. Be very careful. Okay. There is a stairway over here as well that leads to the top floor, to the bedrooms. We're not gonna take this one. We're first gonna show you the downstairs area where James used to live at the end. I don't know if James passed away. That's a part of the story that I'm not sure about. In the pictures that we're gonna see throughout this place, he still looks very young, but he somehow left his house behind and never turned back here. And that's very strange to us. So we ended up in this very primitive kitchen, as I would say. Not a lot to see in here. A very small dining table with 2 ordinary chairs around it. You can see he was a smoker. There are still some cigarettes left on the table from him from the time that he passed away. His kitchen untouched like the day he left it behind. The dishes still in here. The last knives and forks and spoons and everything he used. Here are the pots and pans that he last cooked with. Wow. I also completely adore the wallpaper we have over here. With the golden there and everything. Danny, there's something for you on the wall. Algarve, Portugal. Is that a place close to you?
No, it's on the south of Portugal. It's the beach line of Portugal.
Wow, that seems like an amazing place, like from the thing that I see over here. Next time we are in Portugal, we definitely have to visit that place.
Yeah.
But we're planning to go to the south as well to explore over there.
Yeah, but that's south.
That's like literally at the end.
Yeah, at the
almost
end.
at Morocco.
It's the end of Portugal.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I definitely want to go there. Let's do it, man. Oh, I love this old scale that we have over here. It's in pounds. Yeah, of course, I cannot understand any of that, but there would be a plate on top of here to measure everything, but now the plate has gone. Coffee and sugar jars back there. And then, of course, not to miss, in an American house, you need to have the American stove. And I love the brown color of this one. Here's the oven compartment down there. And up there, you got the complete stove compartment. Oh, very sturdy with the timepiece and everything. And I love the dials that we have on here. Wow. But now you're gonna say, Leslie, you're crazy. The electricity still functions in this place after all these years of abandonment. What I'm curious about is
if the fridge
is still on. Because if it's on, I didn't hear it yet.
It's halfway open, it's not on, so.
Nah, okay, they turned this off. Maybe the sockets are turned off.
Yeah.
Find that out. Here I got one of the first pictures, Danny. Oh. No, this was not James. No, this man is way too young to be James, I think. From which year is this picture? Can you see it on there?
No.
No, there's no date on it. But this man, for me, seems to also not look like James. We're gonna see more pictures throughout the house, but I don't think that was James. Okay. Before I move out of this kitchen, I just want to point out how every single house that we have explored so far is so different from each other. Like, I love the doorways in here and how they're constructed with the beams above there. You can see the color of the door at one point used to be blue. It has been painted white afterwards. Well, with built-in cabinets we have over here that you don't see in the south, but you do see in the north of the United States. So every single place in this country or every single state has its own unique houses. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's go further. And we're entering now into James, his downstairs bedroom. And I believe this is where he slept. He lived alone in this house. This was the only room, probably only used the downstairs area, and the upstairs area was completely unused. Wow, the bed is still made. The sheet is still on there. I love the little seat that we have in front of here. Very unique piece of furniture. It's like a bench where you can sit at, put on your clothes. Wallpaper is slowly peeling off after those 14 years of abandonment. That's about the time that wallpaper starts to slowly peel off the walls, about a decade it takes. And then other things start to fall apart, the ceiling start to collapse. Oh my God. The alarm clock is still functioning. It's at 2:45. What?
Yeah, it's the right time, I think.
Yeah, sorry,
Almost.
this is European time, but it's 14:52. That's only 8 minutes of difference. Wow, only 8 minutes of difference, that's crazy. Have you seen what's on top of here, Danny?
No? What? Oh.
Looks like a piece of gold jewelry. NRA award, 50 feet. Oh, this is for a sports shooting. So they shoot at targets, and he had probably won this for the 50 feet distance.
I was looking at the downstairs.
This is a Mercedes car key. At the end of the exploration, we're gonna go outside, and there's a car outside. I haven't checked out the car yet, but this might be the key to that car. That's crazy, right? Okay. What do we have down here? Artificial Insemination Corporation? Artificial Insemination Training Course? James Crowley. What's artificial insemination? Does this have something to do with the bearing of children? Insemination, I would say, is like artificially creating a child to not having intercourse. I think that's it, but I will clarify it later. Even the candle is still here, half burned. Pretty insane. And I think this is his closet where all his clothes indeed are still left behind. Every time we see it, and every time it just blows my mind. Little library with all his books still in there that he loved to read. His shortening of his name is on there. James, but Jim. Yeah, I think they might have called him Jim. Okay. Little rack where he put down like lots of clothing and stuff like that. Not very important. But over here we got the calendar of the house. This is one of the last calendars, 2008. And of course, the man that he was, the farmer, he had a farming calendar. Okay. Trespassing prohibited, wildlife. This is such an American sign. The Americans literally have it everywhere. In Europe, you don't see trespassing signs that much. We also don't have that much private land. Oh. Here are some of the first pictures that we are seeing. I don't know if this is James, but there's also nothing on the back. They're probably one of the brothers that lived inside of the house.
That's for a knife.
Oh, this looks like a knife even. Or is this just a holster? Seems like it. Fishing rod. On his free days, he loved to go fishing. Let's see. And there's also all the clothes still left in the drawers. Absolutely fascinating. Noodle soup. No, cup noodles. Definitely a man on his own. Didn't like to cook after he went out for farming. He just made some noodles and everything was okay for him. Pictures of a woman and a dog together. This one is from, again, no date on there. No, it's just some time codes. And oh, he also played the lottery from time to time. Maybe he won the jackpot and went out to the Caribbean or some sort and left the house behind forever. Let's hope that's the story and he didn't pass away. Okay. Oh, I love the peeling paint on the door over here. Isn't that just fascinating to see how symmetrically it peels off the walls, peels off the doorway. Absolutely enjoy that. And now everybody, I want to show you this room, and this room for me is one of the best rooms inside of this house. Everything is still perfectly set up, like how James left it behind in the year 2008. I absolutely enjoy this table over here with the cloth still on there, the fake fruit, and even the tea kettle there at the end. But what's most interesting about this table is the picture of the cow over here. That's definitely, this shows just the occupation of James and what he loved to do in life. Oh, everything is still on top of here. You can even see this sharp calculator left here. And this even prints out all your calculations. Still some calculations on there. Right next to here in the room, we have this sort of display cabinet. No, this is a display cabinet, Leslie. And all the glasses and everything, all the knickknacks are still in there. Ooh, I think we got a photo album. Mini album. Wait. Oh, this is from travels. Ah, you made these pictures on a vacation. This looks like Australia. This is all Australia. Yeah, you probably went on a vacation to Australia. Oh, that's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. There's even a Christmas card left on top of here. Happy Mother's Day, May 12th, 1805. And this card redeemable for a big smoosh. Love, Jamie, Laura, and Jim. Jim is definitely the acronym of James. This might have been the name that his friends and family gave him, just a shorter name for his name. This over here is sort of a secretary desk, but it looks different from the ones we normally find. Whoa, it only has one hinge left, and there's not really something of interest in here except for this bill maybe. This is a bill that they send out to James. Okay, that's for the vehicle that he owned. Probably for the Mercedes that's still standing outside. A lovely window setup over here with the DVD players, the radio in the corner, and everything's to the left here. Look at all these cables down here. Jeez, there are a lot of cables. And a couple of telephones also still left here. The electricity is still working in the house though. No, this one's not finished.
It's not connected.
Oh, it's not even plugged in. No, I'm not gonna plug it in, but very interesting. Oh, this is a speaker down here. Yeah, again with speaker. Love the casing around it. And another little display setup here. This cat pillow, jeez. Wow. Got some other things down there. Oh, and also some newspapers in here as well. They always reveal the dates. This is 1998, way before the place got abandoned. But they have been sent, yeah, they have been directed to James A. Crowley. So he also had like a second name that's not displayed in here. And of course, the newspapers are based around farming. The Grower, that's the name of the newspaper. And they talk about corn in this article. You know, oh. Always put things back nicely. Besides his farming life, he also loved to do other things. You can see some baseball gloves here. And of course, we saw already fishing rod everywhere. But over here are more fishing rods left behind. Oh, and look how the wall.
No, don't.
Oh my God. Did I just really put a piece down there?
Yeah, jeez. The wall is
completely cracking up. Okay, what do we got over here? Missouri Highway Patrol. Oh, that's full of pictures. Oh, and this is definitely James in his younger years. Most definitely. There are a lot of pictures in here. Okay, this is from farming. Look at this big stack that we have in here. Huh? Oh, that's a deer. I thought it was a kangaroo. That's because I just saw the pictures from Australia. Yeah, these were the three boys that lived in this house. One of the three is James. I cannot exactly say which one of the three. Okay, oh, we got a gravestone over here. And of course, the farm. They took pictures of the farm, of the animals over there, of the cows. Super interesting. Okay, lovely box. And then we still got this side. This has like this drawer set up over there, but also some lovely pictures on the top. A broken up group photo these ladies, and there's one man in between. One lucky man. Like here, you got this picture. I think it's James and somebody else on a fishing trip. You can see he's holding a fishing rod over here and they're enjoying themselves on the lake. Oh. This is literally the smallest cassette I've ever seen in my life. This is for a sort of a band recorder, right? Like some sort of a recorder. Okay. And then not to forget, in American houses, there always has to be a rocking chair. Otherwise, the place is not complete. Or liberty and independence, it says on the top of it. Americans love their freedom. Wow, super interesting. And now it's time for the next room. That's this one. The living space. Welcome inside. This actually, for us, we were looking at it and it looks very modern in comparison to the 19th century house that we're standing in right now. This leather couch over here looks completely out of place, but yeah, James probably was a farmer, probably not the wealthiest person, so he had to do with what he had. But his computer setup is also still left here, and that's super interesting because it's exactly how he would be sitting here, smoking his cigarettes to the side. Everything is still on here. He even has a picture of him with a child up here, maybe a niece of some sort. I don't believe he had children himself. No, the screen doesn't turn on anymore. It's so cool how it's all left over here. Exactly how James left it behind. Piano in the corner there. Oh, electric piano. Look at this. That's a pretty vintage picture, I would say. Baseball bat. I'm just trying everything right now. Yes, I got the TV working. See if I can switch the channel. Is there something hooked up to it?
Probably not. Oh no, the cable is not connected.
It's not connected. So cool when you get a television to work in an abandoned place that has been abandoned for 14 years. Then you just turn it on and it works. America keeps surprising me. Everybody still gets saying like it's crazy that in Belgium and in Europe the power still works in abandoned places. But it happens way more often in the United States. Way more often. And that just blows my mind. And then to end it off in this room, we also have this drawer over here. A sort of vanity slash drawer set up. A lovely lady with a calf over there. I think she might be the same lady as we see over there. Probably. It's same facial features, I would say. Yeah. Oh, look at this. A card of two cats. Completely handwritten. Sweet James, oh, I love you so. He's smart, hard-working, handsome, funny man. No, I miss you. This is a love letter that James got from a lady, from Debbie. It says over here. Love to curl up with you, comma, James. She wrote over there. James, you were popular with the girls. I absolutely love it. Wow, these are really nice finds. Absolutely. James, yeah, he was the man. Even some socks and everything. So he lived all of the house. He lived over this whole downstairs area, I would say. Okay, now it's time to take you upstairs. And we believe upstairs, he hadn't lived for a long time. Upstairs looks way, way more older than the downstairs area. Okay, lovely hallway over here. The lantern in the middle, a nice stairway. Oh, there's one thing I gotta show you down here. And those I found, these are directed to Crowley James. So that's James. And they're from the year 2002. And they're Röntgen pictures of his ankle, we believe. And that's what it also says over there. I think it's not a life-threatening medical disease or something, but he definitely had some problems with his health and with his body. Okay, it's time to make our way up this lovely stairway to the top floor. I absolutely adore the wallpaper they had over here and the feeling you get when you walk to these upper floors and looking at everything in here. We're definitely coming into a part of the house that's way older and that hasn't been used in a long, long time. Have a look, for example, at the bedroom I'm seeing here in front of me. The bed frame, definitely from the time period that the parents started to live here. Probably has been in the family all their life. Lovely antique bed frame. It's a very unique design. It's a design of a bed like I've not seen it before. Love that the bed sheet is laying on there halfway over the years. Wow. And even the lamp there in the corner, Danny. It's absolutely fantastic. Sort of a vase shape at the bottom, and then if you lift this up, it looks like there's an oil lamp mechanism in there, but it's actually electric. Wow, standing on this lovely table as well. And what you would think that is a normal chair is actually a rocking chair over there in the corner. Americans, I just don't know why or how, but they just love their rocking chairs everywhere. Let's see if... No, upstairs the lights don't function anymore. Oh, it looks like it burned down to this side. Jeez, the whole wall. Is this mold or... No, this is fire that happened in here.
You think this is the chimney?
Yeah, I think so. Because this ends up in the living space and there was sort of a chimney down there. Maybe over the years, like it burned down a little bit over the years, but I'm not sure. And here we can really start to see that this place is aging. Maybe this was the reason that James moved out. Maybe the house needed renovations and he didn't have the money for it and he moved to a smaller place. Those are all possibilities. We're walking into a lovely old bedroom. I just saw this book over here, Partners of the Art Trail, and it has the name Paul on the side of it. So Paul might have also been somebody who lived in this household. Wow, that's a lovely lamp. Love the carriage on there, horse carriage. Also down here, very intriguingly designed. Got some more books over here. Tumbleweeds. Tumbleweeds. You know what a tumbleweed is, Danny?
No.
This, the things you see in the old Western movies, like when this ball of hay moves across the street.
Oh.
That's a tumbleweed. But you only can see them down in Texas and Arizona and stuff like that, so that's for later during the trip. Lovely little bedroom. You can see Maria is protecting the person that used to sleep in this bed over here. I also really enjoy the wallpaper. Lovely purple and blue color on there. Am I seeing this right? Is this a reclining upholstery chair? Oh no, the back moves.
Oh, it's just the back.
Wow, this is a fantastic chair. Well, I've never seen something like this before. Wow. You would never find something like this in Europe. So the Americans, they took their inspiration from Europe for their furniture and then they made American convenience into that furniture. In Europe, people would never even think of making a chair like that, but over here, they just like their convenience in combination with nice style, and that's the end product of that. Okay, Oh, a lovely lamp here on the wall as well. And that brings us into the next room. Just seeing if I can turn it on. It doesn't want to function anymore. That brings us into the next room over here. This is actually one of the most pristine bedrooms. Wow, everything is still perfect in here. I don't think James used to sleep in this bedroom. This might have been a bedroom from the former times. Everything is still neatly set up in here. The bed is still made. There's also a doll figure on top of the bed. Some of the lovely design on here. You got a suitcase standing next to the bed. That's empty. A very small one though. Turn it this way around. And then a lovely desk as well over here. Jesus Christ above there, protecting the person that slept in this room. Some religious statues, the people that lived in here, James, probably his parents as well, they were very religious, and you still see it in these parts of America, people are still very religious. And America in general is way more religious, to my opinion, than the European Union is now. Oh, this is a dried up rose, Danny. Wow, it has been lying between this book literally forever. And then on this side of the room, a couple more things. Lovely little drawer here. I always love to see these newspapers. This one is from '94. And what I always do is I look at the advertisements in there. There's an advertisement for a lawnmower. And this is an advertisement for a basement hatch. Something very American. Okay. Oh, on this side we got Maria, of course. She also has to be inside of the house.
No, it doesn't recline.
Yeah, you were already seeing what I was doing,
Yeah.
right? I was looking if this one also was a reclining chair, but it isn't. It is also very nicely designed. Lovely upholstery chair, but it needs some work on there. It's been falling apart over those years that it's abandoned. I think this upstairs floors might be abandoned for way longer. Way longer. A typical American vacuum standing there as well. Wow, it's amazing. And then of course, not to forget, we have this enormous chest. Whoa, inside of here. Look at that. I always love when there are these depictions inside of here. And then of course it's completely filled with blankets. This seems like a blanket that's completely sewed together. Look
Yeah,
at that.
pieces of...
It's pieces of cloth and then they sewed them all together to make a cheap blanket, I would say.
Yeah.
Or why would they do it?
Just colorful.
And it's colorful, that's true as well. Okay. What an enormous chest. I actually want to go through that door to the next room. Because I believe, yeah, it connects through. It's like a cabinet in between or a closet in between. Oh, and then you can push that open and you come back into the hallway. That's a nifty walkthrough. So you come out of your bedroom, you dress up and you're immediately in the hallway. Okay, let's close this up. Let's continue further. Over here we have another... Oh, I'm standing on the mirror.
Mirror, yeah.
So standing
Be
on the
careful.
mirror. Yeah, I don't want to break it. Another bedroom, probably one of the boys that used to sleep here, lived here, was in this bedroom. I'm curious by this device that we have over here. And this is a eagle. I am not sure what this used to do. Well, this seems something maybe for the farm or something like that. Okay, this room is not very interesting. As you can see, just used to be a bedroom of somebody. Oh, we have just a closet space. And then the one and only bathroom inside of the entire house is up here. So I think James still used to use this bathroom when he lived here. See the bathtub, the toilet and everything is still left in here. All his cleaning products and everything, even a book that he used to read when he was in the toilet is still there. Oh. His last shaver, his last towel. Curious if the water still functions. No, it doesn't. The light still does though. And then of course, the bathtub itself as well. Everything's still in there. Jeez. This is a crazy place, Danny. There's one last section over here. I'm not sure what this room used to be used for when the people still lived here, but you can see there's a laundry setup over here. So I think the mother of the house, when she still lived here, might have used it to iron the clothes and just do her things and do her laundry. There's a lovely dress that's left over here. Wow, love the style of it. And with the ironing board and everything, and the sewing machine, even still down here. Singer sewing machine. But this is kind of more of a newer model than the ones we normally see. Not a lovely upholstery chair in the corner over there. Somebody was also musically driven in this place. What kind of musical instrument would it be?
Acoustic guitar.
Is it that big?
Yeah.
Really? Wow. I am not somebody who plays musical instruments. I have no musical taste at all. So, yeah. Oh, what's this?
It's just...
Oh, that's just a broom. Some sort
Yeah.
of a broom. Sweeper, it says on there.
Yeah, sweeper, yeah.
Sweeper, okay. A lot of junk over here, as you can see. But let's head over there, because that's the top of the barn that we were just on top of. Okay, gonna come over here. Then I will close this for you. And just to this side, there are a couple of things that might be of interest. We got this enormous chest over here. Oh. There's nothing in there, unfortunately. Okay. And just a couple of pieces of furniture are up here. A lovely barn. Okay, Danny, I think it's time to head outside and show you the outside of the house and see maybe if you can find that Mercedes car and everything that's left over there. I think it's down this stairway, and then we can go down this very steep stairway. Okay, let me try this out. Okay. Me and Danny were just connecting some dots. We briefly mentioned this before, but here it says Christmas trees. And we think James on the side might have also sold Christmas tree in the winter time, because we saw the huge saws down in the barn. Now it's time to go outside. I'm going to take you outside and show you the outside of the house. But literally we are constantly connecting dots while going throughout this place. Oh, Danny, we can go out here if you want. This door also opens up.
Okay.
The back door of the house. There you go. Ooh. Outside it's way nicer. It's way nicer. Look at this. There's a thermometer here. It says 41 degrees Fahrenheit today. There's no Celsius on this, so not made for European people like us. Okay. The porch is falling apart. Wow. He put this couch outside here to just enjoy himself on the outside days. I think there also used to be a stairway at some point. It's gone. Ah, yeah. That's what I was talking about. The car over there. I'm curious if it's a Mercedes or not. I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either.
No. It looks like some sort of a truck. No, it's definitely not a Mercedes. Yeah. Yeah, it's somebody who loves bicycling, like cycling around. This is a very strange car, I would say, with all the windows back there. Jeez, I don't know which brand this is. It doesn't say anything. Oh, it's a Volkswagen.
It's a Volkswagen?
This is a Volkswagen.
Really?
Yeah. I would have never guessed that this was a Volkswagen.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's big letters right here.
Oh wow. A Volkswagen.
I wouldn't get it. So.
Never seen something like that, but you can make it into a camper, I would say.
Yeah.
And this was James's backyard. Here we can get a glimpse of his house. It's actually enormous, I would say. Like with the barn attachment and everything. Look at the trees that have slowly fallen on there over the years. It's literally falling apart and breaking into pieces. I absolutely enjoyed exploring this one. Let's have one last look at the front of the house before we sign off for the day. Lovely wood out on the outside. Bro, outside it's way better.
Yeah.
You are freezing on the inside.
Yeah, I don't like the cold.
Beautiful front of the house. Absolutely enjoyed exploring this one. Okay. With the sun on my face, with James's house being explored, I'm still wondering what happened to this man, why he's not here anymore. I don't believe this person already passed away, but it's a mystery to us. It was an amazing place to explore. I was really surprised that electricity still worked and everything, literally everything, was still inside of it. I want to thank you all so much for watching this week's video. If you liked it, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, write a nice comment down in the comment section. There's also a link in the description for Patreon. There you can help support us and go around the world to explore these amazing places. I will see you all next week in another amazing episode, and I thank you very much. Bye bye. I love you.